Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's Simone and today I am trying to do a voiceover for my process on working on my summer journal. This page I showed you in my last video and this one I made off camera. It's the start of our hike on Sunday. We walked around Mirror Lake and I punched these squares out and they are not 2 by 2, they're less, probably 1.5 inch. And I still have some photos from that hike left that I wanted to showcase a little bit more, and I still have a little bit of my story left to tell. And so I thought, well, I'm going to put these on a separate page. I had already pre-picked some of the embellishments that I wanted to use with these pictures. The frame and the Get Lost are from the Pink Paisley Outfitters embellishment pack, and the bottom speech bubble is from an older Ellie Studio embellishment pack. I don't really know where exactly I got it from, I just know that it's from Ellie Studio. And now I'm using a cut apart printable sheet from Coco Daisy. I can't really tell you what month or even year they came from. I just pulled it because the colors somehow fit the color scheme. And now I do something really bad. I'm using Distress Stain from Tim Holtz in, I think it's Vintage Photo, and it's so juicy and it's bleeding through the paper, and yeah, not really good. And then I turned the page and then I put something on the other side, so I need to think about covering that brown spot on the other side. And yeah, I'm cutting out this label, and this is where I'm going to journal about the photo with my feet on. I had some kind of a problem bringing all of the different photos together. They are from the same hike, but they talk about different things. And so I wonder how I can still get a cohesive look on that page. But yeah, now I'm taking out all of my pens, and maybe I'm going to, I'm thinking about using these green flare pens somewhere on the page. And yeah, and then I got my scrap bowl where I put everything that is going into the trash in. I love that bowl. And yeah, I didn't have it on the table, so I went and got it. And now I'm putting down the photo with my feet. I just liked that photo because my feet were so dirty from the hike. I didn't wear my hiking boots because we hadn't actually planned hiking the long loop hike that we ended up doing. And so yeah, it didn't really hurt my feet or anything, but they were just so dirty. And now I'm adding that label for two reasons. This is where I'm going to put the journaling, and the story below with the photo of my two sons in front of Half Dome. They don't belong. They are from the same hike, but they talk about different things. And I just showed you the puffy stickers from Evelicious, and I will go back later on and put some puffy stickers there. But I don't want to do that now because the more puffy things I add, the harder it gets to journal on the actual pages. So I will go back there and finish that in the end. And now I'm using I think I got it in a Studio Calico maybe kit or in the warehouse sale box. And I never thought about that I would actually use this huge piece of acetate, but I really like the way it looked on that page. And then I am going to put down that label from Ellie Studio. It says something like so funny, and that fit this picture so perfectly because my sons were freezing in that water, and I wanted to take this beautiful scenic photo of them in front of the Half Dome, and they just couldn't make it work. And so I ended up with 4 or 5 pictures where they just looked like they were freezing to death. And so I journaled about that here. And then I created this strange gap between the label and the heart, and that's why I put the washi tape behind it. And then I'm using that green felt tip flare pen to doodle around the photo. And I still don't like it because the brown distress stain is so sloppy, I guess, that I just didn't think this straight photo worked while the layout worked. So then I just took that green paper strip and ripped it, and I really like how that looks, and it actually really ties the page together in my opinion. And then I just had this left over and put it down there. And I'm repeating myself with my ands. Yeah, and then I'm thinking about journaling in the bottom left corner because I didn't finish telling the story, but there was not enough space, and then I used that Coco Daisy stamp that says play, and I'm using a Versa Craft stamp ink pad to repeatedly stamp play down there. And I really like how that turned out now. And I am still not, I really would love to use that scenic paper from also Pink Paisley Outfitters, uh, but I don't know. It didn't work with these photos. So, but since I have brown on the left side. Oh no, and now I'm going to do something really stupid. I'm going to use brown watercolor and adding that to the top left. And I hated it. The minute I started doing it, I was like, oh no, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But I continue doing that. And then I'm using this distress stain because I like the color better and I want it to blend together, and oh, it looks awful. And yeah, now what? I'm thinking about putting a label there or I don't know what, and then yeah, adding another frame, or it's like, wow, what have I done to my journal now? So I'm not intimidated enough to not use watercolor on the next page, because now I have this much brown color on the other side, and the page before used some kind of green distress ink or stain, and so I think I need that background to be colorful or have some kind of color. It doesn't really need to be very bold or anything. Just I want everybody or anyone to see that these pages belong together. The day is not over yet, so yeah. Now the brown color is dry, and I have the idea that the washi tape might cover up some of that awful brown um, dirt frame around my dirty feet. And so I use that and rip it a little bit so that it fits better, and I really like that. Um, Even though it's not as good as it was before, I can live with it now. And then I'm using this, it's a white black polka dot washi tape that I also got in the Studio Calico warehouse sale box, and I really like what it looks like now. And the blue color is dry, so I can add my photo, and I'm going to add it to the top where it's a lot darker, so that just a little bit of the blue peeks out from the photo, and then I am adding that Get Lost die cut. That's from Pink Paisley Outfitters. And then I am going to journal about I'm going to add that Oh Yay circle that came in the Cocoa Daisy printable and just put it down on the brown ink spot over there. And I really like how that ties in there. And then I'm thinking about another circle just to, have 3 circles on the page, and I just tuck it behind there, and I like what it looks like, so I just leave it there. And then I'm going to journal on that page, and I'm talking about how I loved that trip, even though it was so short, and that I was a little bit anxious about driving home that day because I hadn't slept well the night before. My husband wasn't there, so I had to drive all the way home. But it worked out really well in the end. Even though I didn't sleep much, I had so much fun and relaxed that I didn't really feel it was a burden. And yeah, now I'm finished, and I'm just going to glue down that circle, and I will include still shots of both of these pages in the end. That's the first part of the hike. I always have a lot to say and journal about. And that's the second page that I just filmed for you. I hope you liked that video and enjoyed watching. See you next time. Bye!